Michael Chandler,
Here.
Jordan DeLong,
Here.
Tabitha Denny, Terry Hickey,
Here.
Terry Hodges,
Here.
Dusty Madewell, Kenny Smith, Tommy Frady, Michael Woodley,
Here.
Kel Crane.
Here. You lead us in prayer.
Lord, we come again thanking Thee for this another time that we have together, Lord, to conduct our business for the county. I pray, dear Heavenly Father, you look down on us and help us to make the right decisions tonight. I pray for those of us that are not able to be here because of some reason. And I pray, dear God, you look down upon Tabitha. Lord, if it be thy will, I pray you touch her. And go with us through the meeting. Help us in everything we do. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Please stand for pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, line number 5, approve, disapprove minutes from full commission meeting on Monday, March 23rd, 2026, as printed.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Number 6, approve, disapprove committee A report.
Alrighty, on April 6th, 2026, Committee A met with Terry Hodge, Terry Hickey, and Kel Crane present. Tabitha Denny and myself were absent. There was approve or disapprove TCRS employer contribution rate. A motion was made by Terry Hickey to approve, seconded by Terry Hodge. Roll call, and all members were in favor. And then I will make that in the form of a motion.
I will second.
Anybody have any questions? Is that an all in favor, ain't it? Yeah. All in favor? Any opposed? You can continue, sir.
All right, and then under new business, the budget amendment for local purpose tax, Fund 120, a request to move $1,500 for trustee commission from 120-39,000 to 120-58,400-510. Motion made by Terry Hodge and seconded by Terry Hickey. Roll call, all members voting yes. And then I will make that in the form of a motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Michael Chandler,
Yes.
Jordan DeLong,
Yes.
Terry Hickey,
Yes.
Terry Hodges,
Yes.
Michael Woodley,
Yes.
Kel Crane.
Yes.
All right, and then budget amendment for solid waste, Fund 116, a request to move $2,000 from 116-39,000 to 116-55,732-510 trustee commission. A motion to approve by Terry Hickey and seconded by Terry Hodge. Roll call, and all members voting yes. And I will make that in the form of a motion.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Michael Chandler,
Yes.
Jordan DeLong,
Yes.
Terry Hickey,
Yes.
Terry Hodges,
Yes.
Michael Woodley,
Yes.
Kel Crane.
Yes.
All right, and then budget amendment to General Fund 101, a request to move $5,000 for liability insurance from 101-39,000 to Fund 101 58,400-506. Motion made by Terry Hodge and seconded by Terry Hickey. Roll call, and all members voted yes, and I will make that in the form of a motion.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Michael Chandler. Jordan DeLong.
Yes.
Terry Hickey.
Yes.
Terry Hodges.
Yes.
Michael Woodley.
Yes.
Cale Crane.
Yes.
And then the motion was made by Terry Hickey and seconded by Terry Hodge to adjourn, and all members were in favor.
All right. Line number 7, approve, disapprove County Board of Equalization members 2026 tax year.
I'll make a motion to approve those members.
Mr. Long, Mr. Hickey. All members in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Line number 8, approve, disapprove Tennessee Notary Public for Michelle Lee Goodwin.
I'll make a motion to approve.
All right.
I'll second.
All members in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Old business. We got one thing here. The Courthouse and Jail Maintenance Fund 112. This was brought up, I think, in the last meeting, correct, myself? It just had the wrong fund in front of it, so we've approved this. We just got to put it in the minutes of the correct fund. So everything is going to be going in and out of 112, correct? Yeah.
Yes, everything, the amendment was brought up right, but it was, said it was reversed, should have been in 101, but it all comes out of 112, the
112.
way the amendment was brought up.
So Fund 112, 39,000 unassigned will be $7,595 credited to 51800-149 salaries of $7,000, 51800-201 Social Security of $473, 51800-210 unemployment $21, and 51800-212 Medicare of $101, with a total $7,595.
We just need a motion to approve this.
Yes, approve it,
I'll make a
correct.
motion to approve this.
I'll second.
We'll just do roll call again, please.
Michael Chandler. Jordan DeLong.
Yes.
Terry Hickey.
Yes.
Terry Hodges.
Yes.
Michael Woodley.
Yes.
Cale Crane.
Yes. Is that all the old business, David?
That's, do you have any, Howard?
No, unless you all are wanting to discuss the issue with Mr. Austin in the county prosecutor.
Say that the last or whatever. Don't matter to us. We'll bring you towards the rear, Mr. Austin. All right. New business.
Let's have,
Wait.
Dwayne Brock, his term on the planning commission will expire June the 30th, 2026, and he does not want to be reappointed.
Okay.
And so I would like to nominate Jeremiah Manus to fill his position starting July 1, 2026 through June 2030.
Does anybody have any questions?
I'll make that motion.
Seconded by Mr. Hickey. All members in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. she get on a call?
She went out on the call and,
I know,
this is for her $30,000 grant.
I know a little bit.
$30,300.
Yeah, I've got it.
you know enough on it to
Yeah.
present it?
Yep.
Good deal.
She brought us tonight.
Well, than what we had the other night, it's gonna be a little cheaper. What she brought the other night was 32,000, and what she's brought tonight's 30,000.
See, here we had 31.
The grant amount was in the amount of,
This is a new figure.
$30,303.03 was the grant amount. Savick is on the bid, the state bid, so we don't have to bid this out. So she got a quote from Savick. The first one that is in your packet was more. So she called them back and told her what, the grant amount was, see if they could come off of it any. So you do have the other part, they just got this to her today, that's why, it wasn't all put together. It's $30,508.40. She already has the extra amount in that line item, so she's not asking, anything other than the grant money.
So it's all you need is approval for the grant money.
That was purchased in 2008.
Yes,
Under a
and that was
grant.
off the
But we-
CDBG grant.
In passing it there, need to make sure that when pass it, that no federal money was used that we don't get in trouble with again. That would be the only stipulation that, like we had with the van.
Right, okay. Does everybody understand? Any questions? Okay. Any action?
I'm trying to, how do we need to say this?
Well, need to make the motions approved for the $30,508.40
Yeah,
with the condition that no federal money on the trade-in of this auto pulse
okay.
is federal grants that we would have to displace the equipment some other way.
But that is legal for her to trade those two in. It was bought on a federal grant.
Well,
You
if
know
it's
what I'm
federal
saying?
grant, we got into it with the van before, and just want to make sure that
Yeah,
the federal don't still have a tie to this.
yeah.
You said 2008?
2008.
Well, I'm
And it's
sure.
usually
Just
like after 5 years on stuff like that, but it come from the same
Yeah.
vendor
I
anyway,
understand,
Stryker.
I understand the concerns,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's the
sure.
only concern I have, it's not to kill the deal,
I make
it's
a
just to
motion to
make sure.
approve with the conditions that no federal money will be used in this. Is that right?
No, the trade-in property is not under a federal grant that we would have to return it.
Okay. Write it down the way you need to, Lisa.
Well, you're approving, but the trade-in auto pulse toward purchase, that is a trade-in with no federal money
Well,
used.
that we don't have to return it to federal like we did. the
No
van.
federal guidelines
No
attached
federal
to it.
guidelines, for the guidelines that come with it.
Like we did that van.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, somebody did let me.
Yeah.
Did everybody, understand that motion?
Kids did, you done better than me.
And then on the same amendment, she's asking for the EMS supplement, just like the jail, they get the training supplement.
Yeah.
The EMS got it, it's already sitting in that revenue, I'm just asking to pull it from that revenue account into that expenditure account.
Does that need to be a separate motion?
Well, we could make it all in one,
Make it all in one if you
but
do every
can
line
we,
item.
will, the $31,103.03, that would cover everything, correct?
No, it didn't.
Do we need to
pull-
change
It
that?
didn't pull it down, sorry.
You're fine.
Yes, it will too, it did, 8, 9, 10, yeah.
So the 30,000,
That covers the 30,000 on the grant and the 800 supplement.
okay. So, all right, let's reword. Approve, anybody want to make the motion to approve $31,103.03 ambulance fund 118 for supplement of payroll and for the grant, with stipulations on the grant to ensure that there's not a federal tie still to the ones that are gonna be traded in.
Yeah. I so move.
Motion.
I'll second.
Got a second. Did that make any sense, Miss Lisa? All right. Roll call, please, when you get a chance.
Michael Chandler. Jordan DeLong.
Yes.
Terry Hickey.
Yes.
Terry Hodges.
Yes.
Michael Woodley.
Yes.
Kel Crane.
Yes. It seemed like it was harder than it should have been.
Well, it's the wording, isn't it? It's the wording.
The next thing will be the Environmental Corporation of America. That was sent to us basically for information. The Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security is proposing to construct a 250-foot tall, self-supporting lattice telecommunication structure near Fire Tower Road, Spencer, Van Buren County, Tennessee, at those coordinates. A map is also included for reference. In accordance with the Federal Communications Commission regulations at 47 CFR 11307A4, provide notice to you in seeking any comments that you may have regarding the effect of the proposed action described above on historic properties in your community. Does everybody understand that? There's no action need to be done. And thank you. No other new business, Ms. Katina, you don't have anything? Sheriff Department don't have nothing? You?
We did that while he was gone.
All right. Mr. Austin?
I think everybody is familiar with why I'm here. So 7 months ago, a lien by Mr. Upchurch was put on my property. I'm here to clear that, write you a check for approximately $24,000 to pay that. I mean, I have a contract and I have a lien. I assume that's what the lien was for?
The lien was to perfect the county's position in the real property. The deed that was executed in 2020 contemplated future payments would be made to Van Buren County over a period of 10 years. At some point, should the property be sold, there were no resolutions, minutes, number one, authorizing the conveyance, and number two, establishing the amount set forth in the deed. The deed did not preserve for Van Buren County a vendor's lien. There was not a promissory note. There was not a deed of trust that would create a normal lien. So the lien was filed to protect Van Buren County's right to payment during the 10-year period specified in the deed.
So I'm here to pay that. I'm here to offer that. Are you willing to accept it?
I don't. The reason is, I don't see how, the way I look at the original deal was the slaughterhouse, the acre and something or 2 acres. I don't see how the previous, it wasn't voted on to let you have the other 7 acres it was to use. So, and the way I understand it, anything goes through the county, it's supposed to go through Mr. Upchurch. And that's why I can't figure out is how come went outside and used Jack Franklin?
I can't answer that question, but I can say, I believe the county mayor selects the county mayor picks the lawyer he wants to use, correct?
For the term of the commission, I thought.
No, I think he picks whoever he wants. I know Putnam County uses multiple attorneys. So, is that not correct, Mr. Upchurch?
So what you're saying is at that time, the county mayor
I'm
chose a
saying
different
when
attorney
the
to
county
close the
mayor
land deal.
hires a lawyer and pays for him with Van Buren County funds, he's the county lawyer. Is that not correct?
No,
That's not correct?
I was the county attorney at that time. There was no other county attorney other than me. And again, no other county attorney other than me. And I don't know why Mayor Wilson chose Mr. Franklin to prepare the deed for Van Buren County. I don't know. Never have got a clear answer for that, but he did. We've checked with Mr. Franklin. Mr. Franklin says that he was employed by you, Mr. Austin, and not by the county mayor. That was the information he provided us, but in any event, two or three things unusual about this deed. The timing of the deed, the fact that the deed was made within 6 days of the preparation of the survey, and then that the deed was made by an attorney other than the county attorney. Those are just unusual things about this, but as far as the county mayor selecting other attorneys, I guess the county mayor could probably select who he wants to select at times, but during that period of time, I was the county attorney just like I am now, and most of the time, in fact, all the time that I'm aware of, transactions involving the county, those were transactions that I handled for the county or I was involved with. I don't know if that answers your question, Mr. Austin, or not.
I don't think it, I don't know exactly if that answered my question. The question, I guess, arises is, you know, I have 9 full-time employees over there. I've invested over $1.5 million of my own money. This deed that I've paid taxes on for over 5 years, right here, was signed by the Van Buren County mayor. Okay, that's not in question, correct? That's not in
correct.
question. And for 5 years. And when I announced I was running for county mayor, it just so happened that that's when the lien came out. Now, I guess my questions asked is, I know we have one board member that says he's not, but my real question is, do you see a problem? What's the resolution of this? It's been over 7 months, and nobody's done anything. I've been here 3 times asking the question. I have a bank. I had a sitting county commissioner last time said, you don't even own the property. Now, I've borrowed money against it. I've invested in Van Buren County. I've hired people in Van Buren County. I think it's time for a resolution. Besides people just sitting here. I mean, is that too much to ask? I mean, I have to do something.
I agree that some resolution needs to be brought on this issue.
Could you, Mr. Austin, I know you've done it several times, but you, just for, like, so everyone knows, could you repeat, like, the terms of contract that are in the deed that you had based, part of this is based on?
The terms of contract, and I didn't write this. All I
Yeah.
did was show up and sign it.
And also where we're coming up with just for informational purposes, coming up with the $24,000 figure?
And I also let you know that I didn't hire Mr. Franklin. Now, I may have paid him. I can't remember if that's what the mayor told me to do, but I didn't select him. That was done by the
Didn't
county
you
mayor.
just say that the county paid for the lawyer earlier?
I don't know if the county paid for it or not, if I paid for it. It's been over 5 years ago. I know I went to the closing. I may have paid for it. I don't know if I paid for the survey or didn't pay for the survey.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. You have to look back
I
at the
think that's
records.
what Mr. Chandler's question is where did the third-party lawyer come in? Was that Greg?
Yeah,
that-
Greg
that went to that
Wilson,
and had
Greg
that
Wilson
done?
selected that attorney. I did not select that attorney.
Who decided to do a deed? when the commission only said to use the property. I think that's what he's stating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's
he
what
did.
Terry Hodges has stated in the last meeting. I think that's what's
I think
up.
you did, and I think if you took a poll of, or if you called, I don't know if you called Greg Wilson, or if you called the people here, if they assume that, but I've had the property in a deed for 5 years, and nobody ever said a word. So if you didn't agree with it, you probably should have brought that up when you come in
Well,
return.
well, yeah, and I agree. That
If you
should have
don't know
been,
what
that should have been
property-
brought up whenever
Yeah,
the
nobody
other
brought it
commission.
up.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm investing my money in it.
Well, we have to wait for information, Mr. Austin. That's the main thing.
What do you have to wait for? It's in April's office. You don't have to wait for
It's not, I
information.
believe it's in her office, Miss Lisa's office is where all the records are kept on the minutes.
Those are
That's where
minutes.
we get the stuff,
Yeah,
is
was
from the
that too
minutes.
far to go? Well.
No, it
that-
wasn't too far, it's just a click away. Let's not turn this into a smart, I'm just trying to put points of where they're going, to let you understand where everybody else is sitting at on this.
I agree.
And
after
that's why
7
nobody's really probably making a decision on your $24,000 offer, because in those minutes, who said anything about $51,700 being presented?
Hey, that's not me. That's the county. That's the county mayor signed that, not me.
Well, I sent all this that was on Facebook last month, screenshotted it to our
Yep.
CTAS man. Our CTAS man called me back on Friday night. Greg Wilson signed your deed.
Yep.
Greg Wilson also signed for the Development Board,
Okay.
Industrial Board. That should have been your chairman since you're commissioners, and he said, this is not right. And he said that deed is not legal because it was not done by our county attorney. Any attorneys aware of doing it could be disbarred. Is it not right? If they know they was messing with another county business. And his suggestion is we take it to court and let the judge figure it out. And that's how I'm gonna vote if we vote on anything.
Okay. Is that true, Mr. Upchurch? It can be disbarred? Is that what he just said? That?
That's what he stated to me on the telephone.
Who stated that?
Charlie Curtis.
Who?
Charlie Curtis.
Charlie Curtis.
Well,
He said if Mr. Franklin done that, being aware that it was county official business and the committee did not vote to sell you the land, but to let you use it, and when they had made you a deed, he could be disbarred.
well, the real thing that I think should concern everyone in the room is that a deed was executed by the county mayor, and I'm not implying that the former county mayor was acting maliciously or in bad faith, and certainly, Mr. Ralston, I'm not implying that you were acting maliciously or in bad faith, but it should be of concern to anybody that a piece of real property owned by the county is conveyed to a third party without authority and explicit directions from the county legislative body. That simply cannot happen. Now, whether or not a lawyer should be disbarred for
Well, I
doing
don't see it go that far.
Yeah,
but
yeah. And that brings up another organization, the Board of Professional Responsibility, and what they would do and what they would not do. I don't know, but I do understand Mr. Curtis's position. And I think the foundation of all that is, why was the deed made without explicit direction and approval, a resolution and/or minutes of the county commission? Why was that deed made? And then if you get back past that, why was an amount of 51,000, whatever it is in the deed, Barry, you know what it is.
51,700.
Why was that amount placed in the deed? Who made that decision? And how was that placed in the deed without, again, the county legislative body establishing that as being the amount that Mr. Austin would be obligated to repay during that period of time? And you may know, Mr. Austin, how they came up with that figure.
Tax records. Took that number off. I believe our current mayor looked that up, and that was the amount on the assessed property tax.
Well, that makes sense to me where that came from, but again, the assessor's values many times don't reflect what the true fair market value is of a piece of property. That's why the county commission needs to address that. But I understand you were doing something that would benefit the citizens of Van Buren County and did in fact benefit the citizens of Van Buren County. So you've got all those factors, and all those factors cannot be decided by one person, the county mayor. They have to be debated and voted upon and passed by the county legislative body. So those are the issues that the county legislative body, and I don't mean to speak for you gentlemen, tell me if I'm wrong, but those are the issues that we're grappling with right now. And then you go a little bit further, Mr. Austin, you know, a month or so after that, there's another attorney who does a title opinion for the lender when you made that large financial obligation and investment, and the property was secured by the deed of trust, and that attorney doesn't pick up on the fact that this warranty deed was executed without a proper resolution. So then we've got that intervening interest that we're dealing with, that you've paid on and you've satisfied and probably worked your tail off to knock it down over the years.
But it reads in there still, to use the 7 acres, it shouldn't have been in a deed, in my opinion. And you don't say, so if you're agreed the money's $5,100, whatever it is, a year, so after 10 years, do you automatically get the 7 acres free?
Yes. That's what they voted on,
Who voted that?
the county commission.
The county commission
the deed
voted you could get the 7 acres
That's not
free.
what the commission asked for.
Well, they said you'll do a contract. And, well, I believe that was Committee A. I don't know if you guys have the meets in front of you. Here's one of them, from one of them. It says, Barry Austin, Jeremy Howard, in the process of putting in a USDA slaughterhouse, Van Buren County, the full commission voted to let them use 1.5 acres construction, yada, yada, yada. And then it says, however, there's another 7.5 acre parcel that connects the 1.5 acres. They have requested to be added also, and down. So that was, and then it says Joy made the motion, seconded by Bill, and take this to full commission. So that was in that thing. So that's where it addressed the 7.
But you skipped a line. Go ahead and
You skipped
finish
a
that.
line there.
Okay, go ahead.
This says our county attorney would add this to our contract with them.
Okay.
There's the county
Well,
attorney.
And well, I'm just
And the
saying.
past
that
commission dropped the ball on you.
and they may
They dropped
have.
the ball on
They
you.
may have, but I don't see how that's you need to go lay off those 8 people tomorrow? Is that what the commission
No.
wants me to do?
No,
Well, no, it
we're-
is, because you said it on own. And if it does, I don't want to be in business.
Well, what's
and
going
keep-
to happen at the end of the 10 years?
Huh?
Does it resort back to you?
Of course it
There's
does.
nothing in here.
I have a deed right here that says,
But
and
I-
Mr. DeLone
I
asked.
understand that,
But I
but you're
can
using
give,
it.
I can give Jordan DeLong's property, make a deed for him, to Terry Hodges.
But you're
can.
using it 10 years.
You
That's
can.
what we're trying to get
You can give a
to the
deed
bottom
for
of
his
it.
property.
Anybody
if you
can. That don't mean it's a good deed.
Does that make sense? Okay, and by the way, Mr. DeLon, it says, if this property is later sold to a third party, it is agreed that Van Buren County, Tennessee shall be paid that time $51,700 for the value of the land, not including improvements. However, if the guarantee owns the property for more than 10 years, this provision shall not apply. And also, the amount owed to Van Buren County shall be reduced by $5,170 each year they continue to own the property. So, after 5 years, I own the exact amount. After 5 years,
You read that exactly right,
I read that
but
exactly.
you took out parts you didn't want inside from the
I didn't
minutes.
take out any part I didn't want.
Well, you left out a key sentence in there,
You
and
guys
and
all-
I get it, but
You guys all have a copy of this, correct?
yeah,
Committee,
yeah, I've all got a
Committee
copy
B
of it.
done their job, but Committee A dropped the ball on you.
Okay, well, I don't sit on Committee A, that's Van Buren County.
That's the past commission.
That's
was-
not mine, that's not Barry Austin.
That meeting that you're looking at was from the full commission. I think below that gives every list of names on that
Yes,
for
it
the 10
does, who
members.
voted on it?
Yeah.
Have you guys contacted any of those?
Mr. Upchurch, how do we rectify this?
Okay, the way you rectify this, first of all, is to determine the amount, if any, that Mr. Austin owes Van Buren County. That's the first way you rectify it. The second way, and even more importantly for Mr. Austin, is that Van Buren County executes a deed of correction whereby that deed reflects that the County Commission for Van Buren County, Tennessee affirms and authorizes the conveyance of this property to Mr. Austin and authorizes the county mayor for Van Buren County to execute the deed of correction. So then he has a clean title where this issue won't be raised in the future, at least as far as Van Buren County's interest. And number two, of course, which was my first thing, you all determine, and Mr. Austin, you all determine how much Mr. Austin owes Van Buren County. That's how you rectify this. Now, the other option is if you can't rectify it, then you file what's known as a declaratory judgment petition in Chancery Court, and you ask Chancellor Stanley to work through this and determine what the remedy or remedies are in this dispute. And I would think that the commission can come to an amount. I would hope that whatever amount that is acceptable to Mr. Austin. And then I would think that the commission, having reached that conclusion and determined that amount, would then authorize the county mayor to execute a deed of correction to Mr. Austin.
Can we make him free and clear and still work to figure out how county property got transferred without county commission approval?
You can do anything you want. And if you direct a release of the lien that has been recorded to perfect and protect the interest of Van Buren County in the amount due by Mr. Austin, pass that tonight, and that release will be drawn immediately.
Okay, well, I believe that Mr. Austin, I believe he's operated in good faith, and he's done, what he is thought is the right thing. And I would make a motion that we do a release on the lien, and then we're provided the deed of correction. That way, get him a good, clean title, and then get this issue resolved.
Are you saying take the $20-something thousand that's left?
Yes, take the
Do we have enough to
amount,
vote on
because that's
that?
what,
'Cause you told me earlier we did.
he was operating on that amount, and I'd
Because it still comes in another
say,
$700.
I would, to accept the 24,000, whatever, and then get this over with, because I think he deserves that.
So what, if I may ask, so the minutes will be clear, what is the amount?
The, whatever the number come up to, the 24,000,
Well,
whatever, that's for
yeah,
the 5
let
years.
him- If he could state
Yeah.
that for us.
Well, you figure it out for the day, I'm willing to go more, I'm willing to go
Well-
to 24.8 of last month.
24,800, is that
That
what
was
you're?
last month, really $430 comes off of it, but I'm good with the 24.8.
24,800.
Okay, so Jordan DeLon made a motion to release the lien and provide a deed of correction. And what, will you state that again and do the 24,800 of how you think he has in good faith?
Yes, ma'am, operated his business
Okay.
for the last 5 years, and I would, if we could do a release of the lien, do a deed of correction, and in the amount of $24,800.
Upon the payment of 24,800,
Yes, sir.
is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Is that cleared up for you?
I'll second.
Roll call.
Michael Chandler,
No.
Jordan DeLong,
Yes.
Terry Hickey,
Yes.
Terry Hodges,
No.
Michael Woodley,
Yes.
Kel Crane.
No.
3 noes, 3 noes.
The mayor can make the decision.
Yes, this being industrial development,
Wait just a minute, before you make, you have, even though we've got a quorum tonight, you still have to have a majority of the county commissioners
Okay.
to pass any, to take any action.
Right.
The majority have to vote. That's a lot of people forget that. You
Right.
think if you've got a quorum, it's just a majority of the quorum. You have to have at least 6 votes. You can't do it 3-3 with him to break the tie.
So motion fails.
Motion fails.
Okay, do I need to just evacuate my business and fire everybody? Is that the question?
It's not my call.
Mr. Crane?
I'm just the county attorney.
Mr. Austin, nobody wants you to do that at all. And
Well, obviously, somebody does.
Nobody wants you to do that at all. I don't want you to do that at all. And I'm not comfortable with, because we've not actually had any discussion on a number to agree to, because the past commission never had an amount mentioned to them for them to approve on anything. You got 2 sitting commissioners that was here, and they both could contest on that. I was not. It was you and Mr. Woodley.
No, I was there.
And nobody
We didn't discuss an amount.
discussed anything on an amount on the property. And that's why I can't agree to the 24,800.
So where do I stand today?
You're still operating business. That's not
I
stopped
don't-
anything.
I
You're
don't
still
wanna-
under your so said contract with your deed. I understand that you're wanting to,
You said the deed was no good.
I didn't say the deed was no
Well,
good.
your commissioner said the deed was no good.
Well, the deed, it must be good because you've went through it 3 times, and so it's still to a extent passable apparently through 3 lawyers that wrote the deed out.
Okay, I guess I can ask a question. Mr. Howard, is the deed good or not good?
I don't think it's a valid deed.
And there we go.
So-
I mean, you're asking me my legal opinion. My legal opinion is the county mayor could not pass title to you without approval of the county legislative body. Now, that's not the end of the question though, because you've had possession of it now for, what, 6
Since
years?
December 25 and a half
Nearly
years.
6 years. You've invested all this money. You've operated it. There are a number of other legal principles that come into play that would likely place title with you. But if you're asking me, is the deed good itself? Is the deed good itself? I don't think it's a valid deed because the county legislative body did not authorize the county mayor to make the deed. That's elementary law.
I have another business that's going to relocate to Sparta. It's a $5 million investment in Van Buren County, and they're going to leave. You guys talk about business, you talk about wanting business in the county, but obviously you don't want it that bad.
Well, don't push that off on us because we want business done legally in the county. I think everybody at this table will vote on that.
You
for
can
a
very
fact.
legally have it done by voting. Right now?
Howard, can we grant him temporary, I don't know how to say this, ownership to continue on with his business until this matter can be resolved? If we need to, do we need to do that?
Or do we need to wait for till all the other members of the commission are present?
I think this is an issue that the full commission should have addressed tonight. I wish everyone was here.
I mean, it has been 7 months.
can I speak?
Yeah, go, I'm sorry.
No. I gotta ask. I think what a lot of people here are missing is when you have an industrial board, which ours was depleted, but they do business, it's not how much you can get out of a person coming in, it's how much do they benefit the county. And I think that's what we're all missing here, is because some of the land over there, they didn't charge anything. And then some of it, they charge so much an acre. So,
And that was basically the deal, I'm assuming you was gonna get, is to just utilize the property at no cost.
no, they give them a clear deed.
They got a clear
Oh,
deed.
well, I mean,
For
Mr.
people
the
to
previous
come
mayor
in
gave him a clean
To draw
deed.
industry in, you make concessions to get them in, just like with the Acumen. They was
I'm not
concessions
out to
made.
rob him. I don't want his money. I want a clear deed. I want to know why the deed is done like it's done. And far as that is, I'd almost take your 24.9 for the 1 point something acres with your business sitting on. I don't want your slaughterhouse.
Well, I
But
built more, because I
we
built
need to get
storage
to the
buildings.
bottom of this.
I've increased even more.
I understand.
Well, and the thing is, getting to the bottom of it, it's been 7 months.
Well, I make a motion, we take it to court right now. Let them settle. Yes, we have bickered 7 months. We've tried to get commissioners on board, and we cannot every executive meeting. We could not get them on board to go nowhere.
I think, Mr. Austin, my opinion on it is, I agree on your part with the slaughterhouse, but I just don't agree with the 7 acres. I think the slaughterhouse, if you continue the time or whatever, that's fine. Don't want no slaughterhouse. County, I'm sure don't want it, but I just don't understand the 7 acres, and I don't think, to me, that's county property.
How about the $400,000 I built Spencer Storage Solutions on? That's part of that property.
Well, if the deed had been done right, which evidently it's not, because Mr. Wilson didn't get it right, the deed right, you know. He didn't go in front of the commission and say, we're gonna let him have this for $5,100 a year or something, including the 7. So,
Did anybody contact Mr. Wilson here about that in 7 months?
Have you talked to him, Mr. Upchurch?
So, I mean, obviously you're not getting anything done if you don't contact the guy that did it.
Well, this bunch is in the executive meeting. We couldn't talk about it. We couldn't go talk to Greg.
You've had 6 county commission seats then. Isn't that when you talk about county business at county commission meetings?
The executive meetings we couldn't, we was told by our attorney, it cannot be discussed.
But at the county commission meetings, I've been here 3 times.
Talk about it in an open meeting, not
Yes,
executive.
yeah, the open meeting.
You're talking about open, yeah.
For one thing, it took a long time for anybody to tell us anything to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not throwing off on that. It just took a long time for anybody to come up with a suggestion or a resolution partly to this problem. And as you've heard tonight, it's still not resolved. We have talked about it, about the clear deed, and I was kind of like Mr. Upchurch, the way that the deed's rolled out. I don't think it's a legitimate deed. However, I do agree that you need a legitimate deed, full and clear, to go on operate. And how to get that is the question. You know?
Right now, I think it's important to understand that all that Van Buren County has done is file a document that says, we've got a lien for the amount due Van Buren County, period. That's all we've done. That's the only thing of record. We haven't filed anything to attack his possession or his ownership or his use of the property. All we've done at this point is just file the lien, nothing more. And I think that's something we all need to remember.
And I've offered to pay the lien, and I was turned down. Correct? I mean, so they're not accepting, so I know you put a lien on it, I agree, and we talked about that, and I've offered to pay that amount, which states in this deed, and the county is not accepting that amount?
You've offered to pay, and just procedurally, you've offered to pay $24,800 tonight. A motion was made to accept that amount, to release the lien and do a deed of correction, and that motion did not pass by the required number of votes prescribed by the General Assembly. So that's where we are.
So, and my step forward now is, I mean, you told me my deed's no good. So my loans are no good.
Can we vote again with the full commission present?
That's what I'm asking.
Can we vote again on the same
Certainly.
issue when the full commission is present?
Certainly you can.
Yeah.
That's what he was stating earlier.
We'll have to, it'll have to be brought back up when the full commission's.
And that's a month from now?
Yes.
Well, why don't we, you all
We
could do
can
a
call.
special call meeting.
That's what I started to say. We can call a special call in 10 days, can't we?
Or
We
less.
gotta wait 10 days to get it announced. For
Well,
this
I'll
one.
make a motion, we do a special call meeting 10 days from now.
We'll have to reach out and get everybody scheduled. I mean, it's not,
Does every commissioner have to be here?
Tabitha won't be able to be here in 10 days. I mean, she's in hospital, you know.
She can, I don't know Miss Denny's health, and I don't know it'd be proper for us to discuss it tonight, but any commissioner, there's a statute that allows the commissioner to participate electronically by telephone, provided that arrangements are made to where her voice is heard, and where she can hear the discussion among all the commissioners and from the public. And by her voice being heard, her voice has to be heard by those in attendance. And we can do that. If you do that, the only quirk in that is that any vote that you take has to be by roll call. You can't do a voice vote at that time, but that's authorized by statute. So, you know, yeah, 10 days would be great.
But if we had the other three that called out tonight here, that would give us enough to vote.
But Tabitha could still vote by voice also, correct?
Yeah, you would on that anyway, but
Does Thursday the 30th work for you, Mr. Austin?
Any days. Yes, sir. I'll be here.
You know what I'm saying?
Thursday the 30th work with y'all?
It ain't enough time, is it?
10 days, right?
Is it?
Imagine the 20.
Is it is counting weekends? Can we count weekends?
yeah.
Okay,
You can on 10 days.
okay.
There's a motion on the floor.
I second it.
all in favor? Any opposed?
May 3rd. Thank you, sir.
April 3rd. What time? 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock.
I'll make it work.
Line 11, comments from the public. Anything, Jay?
There was one comment from Barney Evans, and he was just commenting saying that it was voted upon in the minutes. That's the only comment. Referring to Barry's deed.
Situation.
No comments. Line 12.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I see.
All in favor? Any opposed? All right, we'll adjourn.